Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Temperatures this afternoon did get to right around 50 degrees. We're knocking on the door of those 50s. We may not have gotten them today, but we will get them this weekend for sure. And remember, it is winter after all. Average high today, generally in the upper 30s. So this is certainly a nice treat. A little bit ahead of schedule. The groundhog said this was coming right. But will it remain? That's the ultimate question. And for how long will it remain? We know that winter is not going anywhere anytime soon, but it's just a matter of when it comes back in. As you can see, we have full sunshine. Had that little trough come through this morning, did bring a few rain, sleet, and even snow showers briefly through the area. Many of us probably didn't even notice it. It was very early, so if you were up around 6, 7 a.m., you probably noticed it. Otherwise, you're saying, what? It was a gorgeous day today. Did remain a little overcast through about the lunchtime hour, and then the sun fully broke out this afternoon. The clouds do come back in. That keeps the temperatures on the milder side through the overnight, probably only bottoming out around 35, 36 degrees tomorrow morning, and sets the stage for an even warmer day tomorrow. The clouds coming through is a part of this warm front. Again, there is the trough that came through this morning, that really, really narrow finger of a few showers. The warm front, though, that is the dividing line between the air masses here. A trough is only an area of uplift that can form precip, but the temperature is the same on both sides of that. Once the warm front moves through, we start to get into this mild stuff down to the south and west. Yes, today is mild objectively, but even more so coming up tomorrow. So here come the clouds tonight. There will be also some patchy fog that develops tomorrow morning, especially it looks like the majority of that will be along the shoreline. We'll say through about 9, 10 a.m. That will start to burn off and lift, and then we'll see a little bit of sun mixed in with some clouds throughout the day tomorrow. Again, temperatures in the low to mid 50s. There will be a little area of showers that does come through, though, later in the day, probably after sundown, say through about 9, 10 o'clock. It's not the heaviest of rain here. That same area of showers, though, farther north and west of us, could actually bring about a couple of rumbles of thunder. It's just the way the air mass that we're here. It's a very springtime air mass, so, you know, things like thunder that you might not tend to see until we get to spring, that's certainly a possibility, but looks like a very, very low chance that we see that here across southern New England. All right, as we head into Sunday, we're back to partly sunny skies. A slight bit cooler, but still on the mild side with temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50. Now we need to turn our attention quickly to what's going on and what's coming our way for next Tuesday. Storm will be developing down across the deep south, parts of Texas, Louisiana. Here we are on Sunday afternoon. We're all getting ready to watch the big game. This storm is getting ready to redevelop and strengthen, and as it moves closer, moves up across the mid-Atlantic from the Tennessee Valley and is right on our doorstep here on Tuesday morning. What are we going to get? Well, there is colder air that's coming in on the northern edge of this storm. It does look like we're going to be one of the trickiest forecasts with this once again. How many times have you heard that before? So there are 3 separate tracks that this storm could take. It could take the southernmost track. That would mean maybe a little bit of snow along the shoreline, but limited moisture with this and not a big event. I think this is the least likely to happen. The other 2 events that we're keeping a closer eye on narrowing in here are the northernmost track, which would mean a lot of mixing, especially at the coast. Some snow, but limited snow totals. And this is your jackpot. This is right over your 70-40 benchmark here. This would optimize this storm for the greatest amount of both moisture and cold air, giving us some heavy accumulating snow. We'll have much more on this coming up later on tonight, but certainly you want to mark your weather calendars, get it in the back of your head. Tuesday is going to be the worst day, certainly for travel next week, and it's going to affect plans out there. Even if we go back and forth between rain and snow and get limited accumulations, it's certainly going to be a little bit sloppy out there. We clear it out on Wednesday, 36, much colder for the rest of the week. Valentine's Day will be a chilly one, but at least we'll have some sunshine too.